Hi, I'm Hailey Evans, and I am passionate about strategic storytelling for your business. Many leaders waste money on marketing that doesn't work. I help leaders craft strategic stories that sell so they can captivate customers and boost profit. One of the ways to market long-term is by creating a sales funnel. It's really the easiest way to grow. It'll work for your business, whether you're a large business or a small business, and regardless of who you sell to or what you sell. A sales funnel benefits your company because they're inexpensive, you can create them on your own, there's no more guessing. If you hire a marketing agent, you'll know exactly what the deliverables should be. They get enormous return, and the best part is they win over clients without being pushy. So this is how a sales funnel builds relationships with your customers. You want to walk them through the phases of curiosity, enlightenment, and then commitment. A sales funnel guides your customers through these phases of the natural speed of the relationship. It does so with the 5 parts, starting with a one-liner as your foundation. The next part is your lead generator, your website, and then nurture and sales campaigns. The way that you can analyze how to guide your customer through the relationship is asking yourself, is my marketing collateral asking for the sale too soon? Have I identified how my product helps people survive and thrive? And do I make my customers curious about my product? Have I enlightened my customers as to how I can help them win? And finally, have I built trust with my customers before I've asked them to commit? Marketing should be an exercise in memorization. Use this checklist to analyze whether or not your marketing guides people through an exercise in memorization. Then take notes on what you can do better. Ask yourself, is my message clear and simple? Can customers immediately understand what it is I offer? Is my message short, and is it repeatable? So by starting with a one-liner, I'm going to walk you through how to create your own, and you can implement it. For a one-liner, you want to start with the problem. State the problem or main point that most of your clients face. Is it a problem? And is it a pain that they actually feel? Just pick one problem to focus on. Don't try to include every problem your customer faces in your one-liner. Make sure that problem that you start with is a problem that your company can actually solve. Part 2 of the one-liner is the product or service. Talk about your resolution to the problem you just stated. Things to consider would be use your name in the solution. That associates your brand with the problem you solve. Make sure your solution is connected to the problem you just stated. And don't try to tell everything you do for your customer in this section. It should be short and clear, descriptive of what service you offer. Part 3 of your one-liner is the result. This is where you will show how your customer will feel and what they will get after you solve their problem. So when you put all of those 3 pieces together, think about this. This should be the direct resolution to the problem you stated in part 1. Don't use commas, they're not your friend. Keep it short and simple. Focus on just 1 or 2 ways that you can make your customers' lives better. And don't overpromise. Any result you state in your one-liner should be something you are able to deliver. So again, your one-liner is starting with the problem, the product or the service you deliver, and the result or the outcome that your customer will gain. Here's my one-liner for an example. Many leaders waste money on marketing that doesn't work. I help leaders craft strategic stories that sell so they can captivate customers and boost profit. Did you see that I started with the problem? I then provided what my service is, and then part 3 was what they can benefit from my solution. The second part of the sales funnel is to wireframe your website. When somebody comes to your website, you have 3 to 5 seconds to capture their attention, or they are on to your competitor. So very quickly, they need to know what it is you offer, how it makes their life better, and how do they get it. So, when you think about a wireframe checklist, you need to start with the header. It needs to capture their attention. You then want to talk about the stakes, the value proposition, the guide, which you are, and then give them a plan. You can also have an explanatory paragraph. So let's talk a little bit about each one of those sections. Number one, the header. You want to capture that prospect's attention immediately when they come to your website. You only have 3 to 5 seconds to do that, or they are on to your competitor. So you want to answer very quickly what it is you offer, how it makes their life better, and how do they get it. The second part are the stakes. What problem is your customer facing? How is that problem making them feel, and why is it just plain wrong? The value proposition is part 3 of your website. So you want to start by listing the values that your product or service offers your customer. Include the top 3 with your value proposition. Next, you want to talk about being the guide. Here's a truth bomb for you. As a small business owner, you are the guide, not the hero. You make your customer the hero. The way that you do this is that you show empathy and authority. So how can you relate to your customer because you have maybe been there yourself? You understand their pain point. You get the frustration that they feel. The second part is how you can assure your customer that you know exactly how to help them, and that's the authority piece. The next part of that wireframe is the plan. You've got to provide your customers with a very simple and easy to follow plan. No more than 3 steps is what I would recommend. So for example, maybe they book a call with you for the first step. Secondly, you give them a custom plan. And thirdly, they experience transformation. The explanatory paragraph should think about the top 5 reasons why people would not do business with you. Then think about a statement to overcome those objections. So those are again the 6 parts of the wireframe checklist. You have the header, the stakes, the value proposition, the guide, the plan, and the explanatory paragraph. When you put all these things together within a website, you really give yourself the most captivating and engaging opportunity to capture your prospect's attention. The third part of the sales funnel is the lead generator. When a prospect comes to your website and they're not quite ready to call you or to book an appointment or to take that next step, how are you able to capture their contact information so that you can continue to follow up with them through a nurture campaign? Creating a lead generator is actually really easy. You want to keep these things in mind. Position yourself as the guide, it qualifies your audience, and it creates trust by solving a problem. There's lots of different lead generators that you can create. One is a PDF checklist that can go on your website. That's also called a lead magnet. The lead generators that you could create could be a webinar, a keynote presentation. You could offer an analysis or an assessment. You could offer even a checklist or a pitfall list of things that you don't want your customer to experience. After a prospect clicks on your lead generator, they need to give their contact information, and ideally that would be connected directly to your CRM so that it automatically updates it. At that point, the prospect gets the email with the asset that they're looking for, and you are able to follow up with them. That is a win-win for both parties. Within that PDF, you want to paint a picture of what life could look like if you solve their problem. You also want to close the PDF with a strong call to action. As you know, I help leaders craft strategic stories that sell so that they can captivate customers and boost profit. If you are interested in learning more about my services, check out the QR code below and book a time on my calendar. I would love to meet you and learn about your pain points and talk about solutions that could really help grow your business and help you stop wasting money on marketing that doesn't work.